I'm Kate Byrne and I'm a guest stylist for Country Attire, which perfectly complements my role for ITV Racing as personal stylist to Francesca Cumani. We're down on the North Devon Coast at a beautiful property called Pickwell Manor with our friends from Chameau to talk about my childhood in Ireland, which involved a lot of horse riding, but particularly side saddle, and to talk about how to style up your perfect country spring look. So I grew up in County Carlow, which is in Southern Ireland, and I grew up next door to where my father grew up, which is a stud farm, Parkhouse Stud, and it's now in the hands of the fourth generation of Byrne stud farmer. It's been a mixed stud farm, but predominantly racehorses and predominantly national hunt, which is quite a natural thing for me to end up in horse racing in some way, shape or form. But it's also stood Irish Draft and Connemara's, which are the two native Irish breeds. Part of the legacy of Parkhouse Stud is very much to do with my grandfather, Edward. And he was responsible for saving a horse called Errigal, who had been deemed not worthy to sire horses and be a foundation stallion. But it turned out my grandfather was very right and everyone else was wrong, because Errigal went on to sire a horse called King of Diamonds. And most people in the horsey world will have heard of King of Diamonds because he is an iconic foundation sire across the world, everything from Olympic show jumpers to Olympic eventers to absolutely prolific sport horses. And he also is the great-great-grandsire of a horse called Valentine, who I am lucky enough to ride from time to time and will be riding later today. I've been riding side saddle since I was about 8. There's not a huge amount to do in rural Ireland, and riding was sort of all-consuming. We did, myself, my sister and my brother competed all the time. So it was a sort of natural progression. Our mother went to a sale of a beautiful country house and came home, much to my father's chagrin, with a side saddle. And myself and my sister took to it, then carried on and have been riding side saddle for, close to 30 years now. Just love it. I love the history of it. I love the fashion side of it, obviously being a stylist. It's all about beautiful tailoring. It's all about sort of looking incredibly elegant and timeless. And I have competed, I have done demonstrations, I have done side saddle falconry. I have been riding in Spain, in France, in America side saddle. It's led me to meet the most amazing people around the world. And I'm hoping to go to Mexico actually this summer as well to do a demonstration. Ending up as a stylist, particularly within horse racing, wasn't a sort of it's quite a natural progression, but it wasn't by design. But I think it all makes sense because horse racing is all about tradition, it's all about dressing appropriately for the occasion. You know, I do everything from the national hunt season, something like Cheltenham Festival, to Royal Ascot, which is the other end of the spectrum, with top hats and morning suits and women looking exquisite in beautiful hats and millinery. And I suppose a lot of it would lead back to sort of riding and showing. I did a lot of showing in Ireland, and it's all about turnout and everything looking the part. Les Chameau's Iris collection is fully waterproof with a check jersey lining and is a more lightweight style of boot. It's called Iris after the goddess of rainbows, and it was hard for me to choose from the 7 colours available. In the end, I settled on the tall Wellington in Noir as well as the Bottalon and Chelsea, both in rose. Tall Wellington in Noir I styled 3 ways to showcase just how versatile this black colourway is. First, I paired it with jeans and a cable knit jumper with a long coat over the top, making for a stylish but sensible pub walk look. For more practical days, jobs with the dogs and horses, you can't go wrong with the Baker Boy for warmth and keeping the hair in check. At the other extreme, for a bit of glamour, the Noir wellies could hold their own, I think, at a smart party. We all know what the British summer is like. So I chose a vintage dress that I sent Francesca Cumani out at Ascot last year, which turned out to be a really popular look. The Bottalon in rose is a shorter style boot, and the pink hue sets it up for an edgier but still practical look. I chose to wear it with a really wild maxi dress in a Liberty print with hoop earrings, which could take me to a festival or a summer garden party. With a beautiful grey horse at my disposal at Pickwell Manor, I couldn't resist a fairy tale moment in a vintage one-shoulder dress. What bride or birthday girl wouldn't like to throw aside her high heels and don some pink wellies to party until dawn? The third style, the Chelsea boot, is cut on the ankle making it a great summer boot that's waterproof and a little cooler. Great for gardening when paired with denim dungarees and a headscarf, real land girl vibes, or for a more urban look and to deal with inevitable summer showers, I think the Chelsea would work really well with jeans and a jumper and of course my go-to neck scarf.